From a viral TikTok challenge to becoming the baddest cowboy in America, Erling Haaland has taken the 2026 World Cup by storm.
That is a stunning finish from Erling Haaland. You are an absolute goal machine. Haaland!
But while most people know him as a striker who bangs goals for fun, the Norwegian had a very different dream as a kid. You see, a young Erling Haaland actually dreamed of being a rapper.
Yeah, that's true.
Haaland looked up at all the famous rappers like Kanye, 50 Cent, and Lil Dicky, and dreamed of being a superstar just like his idols.
Oh my God! Wow!
So he practiced in his mom's basement, and back in 2016, Flow Kings released this banger. Before you laugh, this now has over 22 million views on YouTube. Maybe Haaland could have been the Viking Slim Shady.
With my friends making a really nice song that's quite popular now, we have to say.
And funnily enough, this rap dream never quite died, because at the 2026 World Cup, Flow Kings actually dropped a remix of that very same song. And speaking of the World Cup, Haaland has completely taken over the internet, and not just because he scores goals. It all started when this big Norwegian Viking decided to fully embrace American culture. Fresh off scoring the winner against the Ivory Coast, Haaland made a beeline for Wild Bill's Western store in downtown Dallas.
The snake skin or something. You got snake skin there?
I come on, snake skin for everyone.
He walked out in a full cowboy getup, a Stetson hat, cowboy boots, and an iconic "Y'all Can Kiss My Dallas" t-shirt. It went so viral that the store completely sold out of everything he bought. Yeehaw! Now, it's no surprise the big man went viral, because standing at 6'5" with a blonde man bun and shoulders like a Norse god, the ladies absolutely love him. Haaland has become a genuine heartthrob at this tournament, with ladies who don't even watch football suddenly glued to their screens every time Norway plays. Big, strong, and blonde, this Viking has the whole world swooning. But what people can't get enough of is the way this man walks. You see, Haaland's got this signature strut. Neck pushed forward, arms swinging, strolling around the pitch like he owns the place. It got so popular that the Haaland walk became a full-blown TikTok challenge, with people all over the world, even his own sister, trying to copy it. And the funniest part? He barely moves all game, strolls around like he's window shopping, and then suddenly springs to life to bang in a winner, like he did against the Ivory Coast. And bang them in he has, because Haaland has been in a full-on shootout for the Golden Boot. With 7 goals at the tournament, he's gone toe-to-toe with none other than Lionel Messi and Kylian Mbappe for the crown of top scorer. Not bad for a man who said his own country's chances of winning were, in his words, really low. But the moment that broke the internet was what he did to Brazil. Norway hadn't been to a World Cup in 28 years. And there they were, facing the 5-time champions. And who else but Haaland scored both goals to dump Brazil out and send Norway into their first ever quarterfinal. Then came the celebration. Norwegian captain Martin Odegaard handed Haaland the drumsticks, and the big man led the entire stadium in the now legendary Viking Row. Banging the drum as thousands of fans rode in unison like a Viking longboat. But to think this is just 2 out of the 10 things you didn't know about Haaland, you're in for a good time, because still to come, Haaland gets robbed by a goat, an unusual relationship with balls, and a nighttime routine fit for a robot. Before we get to those, however, we have to see a hobby Haaland wished were a secret. When asked how he likes to relax, he told reporters that he plays video games in his free time. Now, I know what you're thinking. Surely a beast like Haaland would be playing FIFA, GTA, or Call of Duty when he's gaming with the boys. But you'd be wrong, because Haaland took to Instagram to drop a quick pic of him and the boys playing squads on Minecraft.
Minecraft, we're playing all together here, so one screen each.
If I were the Ender Dragon, I'd be scared to face up against Haaland. But not as scared as the match balls he keeps when he bags a hat trick, because this man has a very strange relationship with those balls. Now, most players like Ronaldo, Messi, or Mbappe would keep their match balls in a special room to admire all their balls. But not Haaland. Back in 2019, when he was just starting his collection, he admitted that he goes to bed every single night with all these balls in bed with him. He even treats them like they're his girlfriends and stares at them every day.
I feel very good. What the fuck?
But I guess he wouldn't be needing the company of balls now that he's in America. But besides that, Haaland has a secret nighttime routine which he swears is the reason he's been banging in goals all season. You see, my man Haaland says bye-bye to his phone a full 3 hours before he even gets into bed. But what's even crazier is what he wakes up to. After a long night of dreaming about scoring hat tricks, winning the Ballon d'Or, and subscribing to Football All-Stars, Haaland makes sure he wakes up to the Champions League anthem playing every single morning. He says it motivates him to go and win the trophy. And spoiler alert, it worked.
True that the Champions League anthem was your ringtone for a while.
Yeah, it still is.
This is my biggest dream, and I did it, so it's unbelievable.
But to fuel a machine like this, you need some serious food. And at number 7, Haaland has hands down the strangest diet in all of football.
Start with a fat side down. This is gonna be the best.
You see, all the best players in the world eat foods like chicken, pasta, and filet mignon steak. But not this superstar. Haaland eats the craziest foods to make up a 6,000 calorie diet. He eats cow heart and liver. Fresh milk straight from the cow because he reckons this gives him the raw power to dominate everyone on the pitch.
Start with a fat side down. This is gonna be the best because it's the fat. It's gonna be crispy.
But the real secret meal in the life of Haaland is a lasagna. Can you imagine? Haaland devours a plate of his father's famous lasagna, which he says is the reason he's been banging in so many goals.
My mother and father to take good care of me and to cook some good Norwegian food.
But long before the lasagna and the World Cup, Haaland was already terrifying opponents as a kid. When Haaland was just 5 years old, all the other kids were scared of him, and nobody wanted to face him. But this fear didn't come on the football pitch, it came in the long jump, where little Erling dominated so quickly that he actually broke a world record for his age. Now, this athletic freakishness came as no surprise, because not only was his daddy a pro footballer, but his mummy was actually a top athlete herself. No wonder he became the fastest player ever to reach 20 and then 50 and 100 Premier League goals. This guy was born a machine. And now that we've made it to our top 5, get your popcorn ready because things are about to get personal. I'm talking about revenge 2 decades in the making and the robbery performed by a goat. But before we get to those, there's a secret about Haaland that even his own teammates have admitted. You see, Haaland is a robot. His goal-scoring record has just been so ridiculous that people genuinely stopped believing he's a real person.
His goal-scoring record this season has just been ridiculous. He's quite simply a robot.
I mean, just look at what happens when opponents try to tackle him.
This is Haaland. The goals are coming round the back. It's still Haaland. It's stopped by Adrian.
There was even a petition to ban him from football because people didn't think he was human, and it got over 400,000 votes. The best part? His own former teammate, Aymeric Laporta, signed it. When your own teammates think you're a robot, you know you're doing something right. But off the pitch, this robot has a surprisingly cheeky sense of humor. You see, Haaland absolutely loves a good prank.
Congratulations on a phenomenal night in the Champions League, and for you, a special night scoring 5 goals. How was that?
No, it's an amazing feeling. I think you are the only one that maybe know how to score a lot of goals. So.
The best example came on Halloween, when Haaland decided to dress up as a character and he went all in as the Joker.
The Joker comes with football as well.
My man knows.
Is it Haaland?
Why do you think I'm buying that?
You look so cool.
Full green hair, full makeup, fake scars, the works. He then wandered around Manchester, filming himself for his YouTube channel, trying to fool the locals. To make it even better, while he was out in full Joker costume, he strolled into a shop and bought a pack of diapers and some Premier League trading cards, which just so happened to have his own face on the packaging. A comedy genius, this lad. But at number 3, here's something that would break a lot of English hearts. Erling Haaland could have played for England. That's right, the Norwegian Viking we all know was actually born in Leeds, England, back in the year 2000, while his dad was playing in the Premier League. This means that under FIFA's rules, Haaland was fully eligible to pull on the 3 Lions shirt and play for England. But he turned them down flat. With both his parents being Norwegian, Haaland chose to represent Norway from the very start. And given that he just knocked Brazil out of the World Cup while leading his fans in a Viking row, I think it's safe to say the Vikings are pretty happy with his decision. England, on the other hand, are probably still crying about it. But at number 2, we have to talk about the greatest season of Haaland's life and one of the biggest robberies in football history. In his very first season at Manchester City, Haaland didn't just settle in, he shattered the sport. He broke the record for the most goals ever scored in a single Premier League season with 36 and scored an absurd 52 goals in all competitions, firing City to the treble, the Premier League, the FA Cup, and their first ever Champions League. It was one of the greatest individual seasons football has ever seen. So naturally, he should have won the Ballon d'Or, which went to Lionel Messi instead. Many felt Haaland was the rightful winner, and he had every reason to throw a tantrum, but he didn't. Instead, Haaland took the high road, publicly congratulating Messi with a classy message. No tears, no crying, no boycotts. Just pure respect from one GOAT to another. And honestly, that says everything about the man. And that brings us to number 1. And this is the most iconic Haaland story of them all. A tale of tragedy, patience, and revenge 20 years in the making. You see, back in 2001, Haaland's daddy, Erling Haaland, was a pro footballer for Manchester City, and during a fierce derby against Manchester United, United captain Roy Keane went in and delivered one of the most brutal, cold-blooded tackles in football history, leaving Erling devastated with a horrific injury. Now, Danny Haaland couldn't get his revenge on the pitch himself, so he did the next best thing. He hatched a master plan. He spent years and years training his young son, day after day, molding him into the perfect weapon of revenge. Fast forward 20 years, and little Erling had grown into a monster, and he signed for the very same Manchester City. And what did he do? He walked out against Manchester United and bagged himself a hat-trick, tearing them apart and proving once and for all that Manchester is blue. Maybe Roy Keane should have gone easier on the dad because the son grew up to get the ultimate revenge.
But the levels of his general play is so poor, and not just today. I think his laying stuff off, living headers or whatever it might be. In terms of front of goal, he's best in the world. But for his general play, for such a player, it is so poor. Not just today, I think he has to improve that. He's almost like a League Two player. That's the way I look at him. His general player has to improve, and it will do over the next few years. This brilliant striker is fantastic, but he has to improve his all-round game. Has to.
What the hell?
But even such drama is nothing compared to the greatest stories the sport has ever produced. I'm talking about corruption, cheating, and the greatest triumphs spanning a century. Click on the next video to see the entire history of the World Cup.